Yeah, yeah, yeah. What it do, family? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that Repent or Die podcast. For those that don't know who I am him, Junns the NBIC, representing that ROD, giving all praise and glory to the heavenlies, for they are worthy. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to all you guys for your continuous support, leaving all that feedback, the positive, the negative. All things is respected and needed because it allows me to do what I do best, and that is to continue keeping my foot on you heathens, you he-grows, and the newly installed heathenites. Next round of applause for yeah, man. My apologies. Got home literally like 15 minutes ago. Definitely had to put things together. Coming from the plantation, dealing with my client and whatnot. Um, I get a lot of time to reflect. I went to go work out today. So, while I'm working out, I'll be in my thoughts. And while I'm in my thoughts, I come to the realization that the God of the Bible, but first and foremost, I wanna address this notion that everybody's saying that the Bible is black history and it's about black people. But when I open the book and I start to read from Exodus and beyond, the only thing that I see that's coming out of the Bible is pure murder and destruction upon black, or AKA Ham, or AKA African people. So the God of the Bible is enslaving and killing African people. And as you guys can see, I left it on the side for you guys to read this for yourself. Deuteronomy chapter 7, Deuteronomy chapter 20, Numbers chapter 33, Joshua chapter 6, Joshua chapter 11. And these are just little precepts just to let you guys understand where I'm coming from, because you're going to have a lot of people very emotional, saying the most foolish and outrageous things like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. Oh, you of the devil. Oh, you this, you that. But the question I gotta ask you: how can I be of the devil when I'm just bringing forth and showing you what the God that you're telling me to obey and follow is doing to black people? And the same doing to black people are the same thing the Europeans use, right? Because we know slavery was ordained and ordered by the Pope. So he was reading it. Let's just call it for what it is. He was reading it, or they was writing it. And they said that God ordered me to go into your land, take it over, destroy everything. And then, every time they own something or they take control of something, what's the first thing that they do? They change the name. So they come into our lands, they take over us, they change the name. Then they took over the people and shipped them. You went from having pure African names with meanings to now your name being John, or Joanne, or Susie, or Reuben, or Levi. All these names that was given unto us by the enemy are now what's being used, and also they're using the biblos to justify their wrongdoings to innocent black people. When you think about the Passover was literally a genocide towards African people. When you think about the story of so-called Ham being cursed, I'm just going by what it is. You guys know I'm very more advanced. I'm just trying to speak to those in layman's terms because I need you to understand what's being said in the biblos about you. Okay? When you read the story of Noah, a bare mortal who is probably the only person that you find within the scriptures that had put a curse on a particular person. Now, the last time I checked, the person that allowed curses to be should be God, right? But for some apparent reason, now the curses is allowed by a bare mortal. And now this curse is the justification of what you see on this earth. So when the Europeans came on the land, they said, listen, God told me that you guys are savages, you are cursed people, you need this, you need that, and you got to be held, you got to be taken over. You got to be conquered. We got to kill. We got to destroy, like the word says, we got to destroy everything that you believe in, all your statues, all of these, all that idolatry. We got to get rid of that because it is evil. And we running with that. I got a mosquito. And we're running with that. And now we're teaching this to our children. So now we're teaching our children self-hate. We're teaching our children to look at other black people as not the chosen seed. Who's telling us this? All I'm seeing now, all praises be to the heavenly ones. Yes, there's a heavenly substance that's awakening individuals like myself, where we're seeing that the Biblos is probably really not the book of black people, but the book of the enslavement of black people, the justification of the murder of black people. Because the Canaanites are black people. The Hittites are black people. These are black people. And we overlook it because we get blindsided by the terms of the chosen seed, the chosen people. This is the origin of it, people. The chosen seed, the chosen people. You should get that book and read it. So we getting filled with all this information of being the chosen seed, which makes us overlook. This is psychology that's taking place that makes you overlook the murder and the butchering of innocent people. In the book of Joshua, it was told to Joshua to go into the lands, which you can find in Joshua 11, to go into the land, take all the royalties and gold and stuff, take it and kill everybody. What does that sound like? Does that not sound like what the Europeans was doing to you guys? Does that not sound like the things the Europeans was doing to you? And here we are as colored people in 2024 saying that this is about us. This is our story. So you telling me our creator was just flat out allowing innocent people to be murdered? Like, I can't get over the fact that innocent children, innocent newborns was killed. And the same story was passed over. The same story was passed over into the New Testament, where Herod was looking for these children. So every firstborn male had to be killed. But nobody says nothing. Everybody sits there and say that these things were supposed to happen. Now, let me ask you a question. If all of these things were supposed to happen, and to stop these things from happening, we were supposed to keep the laws. And I know the mass majority of the world is not keeping the laws, but for those that are, the question that I ask is, for those that are, why are we still in this condition? It never said that keep the laws, somebody's gonna come and redeem you, save you from the atrocities and your trials and tribulations, your captivity. It didn't say all that. It says, if you keep the laws, I will put you on high and you will no longer be the tail. So here we are, been keeping the laws for how many years? This Hebrew Israelite philosophy. Yes, this is the origin. I got the book. This is the book. This is the book that tells you the origin of this black Hebrew Israelite, where it came from, and who taught them as well. Yes, these people was taught by Europeans. Yeah, they was taught by Europeans. Jacques, I can't say the last name. The last name is a long German Khazaric name, but his first name is Jacques. You can look this stuff up. I have it in the book. I'm putting it together right now. I'm still reading it. I'm waiting for another book to come so we can just put all the pieces to the puzzle so we can wake up. So we can realize that the Biblos was never the book about black people, but the book to justify the enslavement and murder and the destruction of black people. Because where did Joshua go? There was no royalty lands in the Middle East. That's the dirt land. That's dirt field. So that means that he was in your space, killing you. Similar to what they did now. They killed your royal people, took over your royal land, and gave you in return a Bible and a myth. I was gonna come today and tell you, you can never have hope at war. You can't hope to win a fight. You can't hope to win a war. But I was overtaken by this right here. I was overtaken by the fact that the Biblos is really justifying the murder and the destruction of innocent black people. And we as black people are advertising and promoting and standing by the genocide that took place upon black people. But you get distracted by the words like chosen people, where you can't find no recollection of us migrating from the Middle East into Africa. There's absolutely no passage, no records, no nothing. There's nothing African that's in the Middle East. You can't find nothing. You can't find not one thing. Not one thing you can find that's African that was in the Middle East, because you know how we do. We like to leave our mark everywhere we go. That's just in our DNA. And miss me with, oh, they took this, they destroyed that. They didn't do nothing. They just gave you this, put a few writings inside of it, changed a few names, added a few locations, put it in a few maps, and said, this is where we at. And this is how we react. And if what I'm saying is untrue, is inaccurate, and I don't know what I'm saying, tell me, how did we submit ourselves to God and yet we still suffering? Tell me, how did we submit ourselves to the God of the Bible, following the ways of the Bible, and we still suffering? What's changing the knowledge we got now than the knowledge we was listening when we was 17? What's changing the knowledge that we got now to the knowledge we was listening to 5 years ago? What's changing? The name, the location, but the foundation remains the same. Slavery is justified through the Biblos. Murder, abortion is justified through the Biblos of black people. So you telling me that it's okay because God ordained it, or don't nobody question and say maybe God did not ordain this? Because check this out. Check this out. Because that's what the Pope said. The Pope said that they spoke, God spoke unto them, and this is why they did what they did. When Christopher Columbus came into the West, he came and said, God sent me here to bring this good news to you. And when the people said no, they were slaughtered. It's the same thing that they did in Africa. Read the Leopold letter. It's the same thing. God spoke unto us to bring forth this good news unto you. The first thing that you guys must do, you must stop worshiping this polytheism. God told us for you not to do that no more. What you mean? We knew about this. We knew about that. We knew about the deities. But they told you it was evil. And if you try to practice it, you was killed, beheaded. And they told you your God name is Yahweh. And if you call an African God, it better be for a man, a father. But nobody hears what I'm saying, though. Nobody hears what I'm saying, though. But everybody's shouting and screaming that this is the black man's book. When the KJV was told to the slaves to read that book because they wanted you to be misguided with the king's language. Yes. The KJV is the king's language. That's why the words and what they say is hard to pronounce and understand, because it's in the king's language. And it was written in a puzzle, so you could never figure it out. But guess what? Ever since I've been calling on Mama Love, and I've been giving praise and reference and honor to both deities, both presence, feminine, masculine. I'm not holding one above the other. I'm not doing none. Ever since I've been doing that, boy, listen. When I tell you the revelations, the true understanding has been placed before me. And I was told, I was ordained to go tell you guys. We not here to fight. We not here to fuss. We not here to complain. We here to tell the truth. And I was told to bring forth this truth. Excuse me, the facts. Because we don't have no truth. They say the truth gonna set you free. What truth? The Biblos is filled with lies. Jesus is a liar. Pants on fire. There's no truth. So if there's no truth, how can the truth set us free? And if we've been studying this truth for so long, why haven't we been set free yet? Why are we still in servitude? Why haven't we moved any mountains? Why haven't we connect to the heavenly realms? You waiting for these false prophets and prophetess. You waiting for a celestial talking heathen Lord told me. You waiting for these people to come give you revelations and you run with that like this is the truth. You wait for all these foolish preachers and individuals who proclaim to have the understanding, knowing that these people was taught through theologian schools. Once you go inside their seminar and you go through their program, no matter what you do, you can never turn off their foundation because you have been tampered with. And then the tampering comes with a prideful side where brothers don't want to take true understanding because it's, you don't know what you're talking about. I've been doing this for a long time. You see the pride in that? When you read the same book that you guys are quoting from, the same book told you that your Savior was only 12 years old, schooling the so-called elders. The people with renowned teachings and studies and understanding, they was shocked and amazed that this young boy was bringing forth such edification. But we're living in a society now where if it's not coming from the old, it's not right. And if it's coming from individuals that was playing in the streets, he can't be the one with it. She can't be the one with it. She done defile herself. So because of her past history, who told you that she defiled herself? Who gives you the justification to dictate what comes out her mouth to be true or not? You don't have the power. And these brothers and these sisters are gaining your information from heathens. Josephus is not black. He's exactly what he is. He's a child of Isis Rael. The Biblos is exactly what it's about. It's about the children of Isis Rael. It has nothing to do with black people. That is not about us, because there's no book that's about us that's going to justify the killing of us, of our relatives, our brothers, our sisters, our cousins. I done told you that Shem and Japheth was the brothers. I done showed you that Egypt is Japheth. So you telling me that the Lord ordained a particular seed of Shem to kill the children of Japheth, or excuse me, he killed the children of Japheth to set the so-called seed of Shem, the chosen seed of Shem, free, just for them to be in a wilderness having a barbecue, giving praise and glory to another God. How dare you? How dare you? Huh? If this don't pisses you off, then you part of the problem. If this don't raise a question mark and you shaking your head and you gonna wait, hold on, you part of the problem. And I'm tired of being part of the problem. I need to be part of the solution. The solution is we need to remove the pollution, and the pollution is coming from the big blows because it's telling us the lies. It's justifying and glorifying the killing and murder of black people, young children, young women. Joshua was ordered by the Lord to run into the lands, murder, butcher, take all the royalties. Canaan, the land of Canaan, remember, is black, right? Remember, Cain come from Ham, is black. Whether they mislead it and put and interject it, it's still black. You know the Pharaoh, you know the Egyptians who lost their firstborns, they black. I just want you guys to know that. They of your descent. They are of your root. Don't get sidetracked by these terminologies. The chosen people. They was chosen to mislead you. They was chosen to misguide you. They was chosen to keep you away from your true connection to the creators. That's what they was chosen to do. This is why it's only a handful of these weirdos out here talking pure madness, and the people that's falling for it, including myself at one point, was just gullible jackasses, just donkeys. And you was that as well. And anybody that's subscribed to it, you is that as well. You're still a jackass. Get mad. Get pissed off. Maybe you'll be so pissed off that you will go deep down the rabbit hole to do your studies to prove me wrong so you can see what I'm seeing. Oh, my bad. You ain't going to see it because you believe in monotheism. I thought wisdom comes from the mother. I thought wisdom is known of her children. But my bad, it's only about him, right? It's only about him. It's singular. I-E-I-O-U. Him, I. It's never them. It's him. But all through African customs and culture, we knew about multiple deities. But guess who's telling you that multiple deities is evil? The same people that came into your land and robbed you and killed you and murdered you and raped you, belittled you, hung you, laughed at you, sold you into other people, sold you for wine, sold you for liquor, chopped your head off and created a game called soccer. Are you crazy? We giving these people way too much glorification. Too much. This is part of our problem. This is the reason why we still the tail and not the head. This is part of the reason why we have not yet risen. This is the reason why we're still in spiritual prison. And you listening to all these people, all these individuals teaching you the same thing. Sit still. So the Lord got this. God got this. Yahweh got this. Yahweh got this. Ahaya got this. Sunini got this. Don't worry. Don't worry. The wrath is gonna come. 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 The wrath, the wrath, the wrath, the wrath, the wrath, the wrath, the wrath. That's all I hear. All I hear. I've been hearing this for the last 7 years, and it's been the same situation. In fact, now in the last 7 years, we are in a worse state as people than ever before. And the more that we calling on these people's gods, the more powerful these people are becoming, and the less power we have. We have no more power. We have no more strength because we're still thinking that our strength is going to come from a substance given unto us by a God given unto us by the enemy. And now that we know the names of the creators, we trying to associate it with Jewish ideology. The book of Enoch was not written by black people, Europeans. The Biblos was not written by black people, Europeans. There was nothing that these people gave us that's gonna liberate us, open up our soul to connect back to the universe. They would never give you the information for that. These books are being given to us to keep us in a state of confusion. When are you going to realize that? When are you going to stop being so emotional and stop being prideful and stop acting like you know everything and stop acting like we'll say one thing, look, that we got him, we say that we got him here, but yet we forgot about the other parts? You think these people is that slow? These people are playing chess, fam. We got them, we caught them in their lies. No. We got a piece of one lie, but the entire lie is coming from the Biblos. Because now I come to the understanding that this is not our book. It's really not. It is not black history. It is not black people's story. We're not suffering because of the curse. We're not all of that is pure nonsense. We're suffering because we detach ourselves from our ancestors. We're suffering because we lost our strength. We are spiritual people. Let the Haitians tell you about it. We lost ourselves because we started believing and following the ways of the enemy. We lost ourselves. This is why they continuously put their knees and bang the hammer on the people out in Haiti. They got to continue keeping them at a low state. But they don't know that eventually the people is going to erupt. They just don't know when. They trying to execute and get rid of as much as colored people as possible because they know that people are going to erupt. The Bible tells you that our weapon is not carnal. You're absolutely right. Our weapon come from the spirit, the connection through the universe. We can put plagues on people if we want to. We can shut this whole thing down if we want to. But we can't because we are allowing the enemy to guide you and teach you and tell you who you are. Where you can't find no information about the 12 tribes chart. Nobody knows about these 12 tribes charts. Nobody called themselves this. Nobody called themselves that. Nobody. Stop. We didn't call ourselves that. Nobody in Africa, whether you from the seed of Akobi or not, nobody knows about the story of Abram. Nobody knows the story about Isaac. Nobody knows the story about King David. There's no recollection, no remembrance of castles, none of that. The stories are not adding up because these things are made up. The best writers got together to give you the Hollywood script. It's a Hollywood script that we are witnessing, we are reading, we are subscribed to. Whether you see it, whether you believe it, that's listen, I'm not here to argue that no more. I'm not here to tell you this. No matter who it is. I don't care who it is. Friends, family, homies. I'm not gonna do that with you. You want to believe what you want to believe? All right, cool. Stand on that. But don't come looking for me and say, yo, bro, what do we do? Because I promise you, if the creators be my witness, you will come to me and say, yo, bro, you was right. You was right all along. Every single one of you guys, every one of you guys that's criticizing, critiquing, who's turning off, who's like, nah, I can't watch this. I can't subscribe to this. Nah, I can't listen to him. Every single one of you guys, mark my words, will eat everything that I'm saying. We'll be like, damn, bro, you was right. I promise you. This is not, and I'm not even saying in a prideful way, because I'm telling you that this knowledge and information is coming and laying upon me from the heavenly ones, man. This is fact. This ain't no if, buts, maybes, or nothing. Everything that you was told has been a lie. Everything, you name it, they claim it, has been a lie. The Bible is about the murder and the destruction of black and brown people. Like literally. It's not even figuratively. It's not even metaphorically. Nah, this is literally. That's all you see. Who's the Hittites? Who's the Canaanites? Who are these people? According to the Bible. Ham, right? Ham, right? Africans, right? The Egyptians, right? Africans, right? So we giving glory and we praying for the continuation of enslavement upon your people, the continuation of murder upon your people. You got brothers and sisters literally out here praying and begging for Jesus to arrive. Don't you know when Jesus comes, Jesus is coming with slavery again? Don't you know Jesus is what was used to enslave people, murder people, genocide? Did you forget that? In the name of Jesus. And like I said, in all my life, when you read Matthew 24, it says you shall be persecuted for my name's sake. It's not persecuted for the name of accepting Jesus. You will be persecuted for the rejection of Jesus. You will be tried and even murdered and executed because you no longer want to accept Jesus. The churches is showing that right now. The churches is showing that right now. The children is showing that right now. The reason why these children is in the condition that they are in is because the devil, the same people that give you the biblos, is now attacking these children psychologically, attacking these children spiritually, attacking these children medically. They are under attack. And how can we protect them when we don't even know what the heck is going on? We don't know who we are. How can you prove that you are a child of Akobi? How can you prove it? Where's the archaeological, scientific, where's the oral conversation? How can you prove it? Everything is just, I believe. How can you prove it when we done been colonized, raped, kidnapped, sold? How can you prove it? How can you prove that your blood is pure? Pure. How can you prove it? You can't, which means that you must stay in a state of belief. You believe that you're the children of Akobi because you have received, because the word has became upon you. That's it. That's your rise to fame. Sit down. All of you. I don't care who it is. Every single person needs to sit down and go right back to the drawing board. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you've been doing this for 40 years. Sit down. Because you've been brainwashed. That means you need another 40 years to take away the brainwashing that you've been fed. Sit down. You can't be in that. You can't be in this walk with a prideful. Oh no, you can't be prideful here. How can a slave be prideful? How can a have-not, the bottom of the barrel, feel like they're entitled to speak this, speak? No. Humble yourself, pimp. And accept the flaws. Accept and tell the people your mistakes. Every single one of us. I'm sorry. I come on right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the misleading. I'm sorry for the misguiding. I'm sorry for the lack of teaching and understanding. I am sorry. But I'm going to keep searching. I'm going to keep reading. Oh, yeah. Just a FYI. In here, it tells you how the Hebrew Israelite understanding, like the commandments and stuff, made its way to South Africa. It's in this book. Now it explains why the South Africans don't have no understanding about what the heck is a commandment. I'm talking about the mass majority of it. Don't tell me we've been colonized. Don't tell me that's because of that. These people want you to keep the commandments. They want you to call on their gods. They want you to call on Yah and call yourself the Bantu Israelites. They want you to do that. They want you to associate Sunini, Nanini with the Biblos. They want you to do that. Just where they want you. Because when you associate yourself with the Biblos, you're associating yourself with their religion, with their mystical stories, with their fabricated stories. All of it is a lie. The New Testament is a lie. It's a copy and paste from the Egyptian text. This is documented. You can go look this stuff up. I already played the video. I should go find it and play it for you again. Tomorrow, I'm going to go find the video so I can play it for you again so you can see where the origin of it come from. And you're going to see that it doesn't come from us. Read the Book of the Dead. Get yourself the Book of the Dead and read the New Testament. You're going to see it goes hand in hand. Jesus is Horus. Satan is Isis. Osiris, one of those two. I don't remember. All of it. The Father that you call on is the Father, the Pope. That's the Father you call on. The Pope, the Godfather. It's the Pope. That's why you see no mention of Abram calling God Father in the Old Testament. Because these are made up stories. They put themselves in the book. The Romans put themselves in the book because they knew that this book was what they was going to use to conquer the world. And who's sitting on top of the world right now? The Orsinian family. Who's the Orsinian family? The original Pope. They never relinquished their power. They still sitting there laughing, collecting, sex trafficking, raping. All of this, everything that you read in the Biblos is still going on now. Everything that you read inside the Biblos is still going on right now. Right now as we speak. Still going on. Everything. Innocent children, mothers, sons, daughters, still being taken advantage of. Slavery still goes on in the Middle East as we speak. Slavery still goes on in America right now as we speak. You just get paid. You just get paid a good lump of money, so you cannot think that you're enslaved, because now you get the option to go travel state to state, travel the world. But you know how much you know that you are a slave? Because brothers and sisters will travel the world but go back to Africa. Dudes will go to Spain and Morocco. They'll go everywhere on the face of this earth but to go back to Africa, but to go back where you was taken from. Shout out to Bantu Princess, man. She sent me an email of a fire conversation with this elderly sister, man, who's telling us the truth, saying, nah, what they telling you is a lie. Again, she also says, yes, in Africa, polytheism is of us. Matter of fact, I got it's on my phone. I can show you where monotheism came from Jewish people. I repeat, monotheism came from Jewish people. The rabbi admitted it. He said what did Jewish people bring to the world? They brought monotheism. And shout out to my brother that brought it to my attention. He says one of the greatest things the greatest invention by Europeans was monotheism. Let me say that again. The greatest invention by Europeans was monotheism. The greatest invention. He said the minute black people started calling on their gods, we got weaker. We're living less. We're not even able to see 100 and be fit because we're calling on their gods. We're eating their food. We're marrying to their children. We're producing their offsprings. We're worshiping their gods. We're running around proclaiming, Father this, or the Father that's in heaven. The Father, every time you say the word Father, you're giving praise and glory to the Orsinian family. Orsini. And the sad thing is, let me tell you what the sad thing is. The sad thing is that we got high individuals who's been studying and reading. Dudes is doing all this research, and you telling me that this never came into your attention? Are you really about liberation, or are you just about, admiration? You want to be honored and revered. Brothers want to just come on these channels and just talk. They talk it. But don't get mad when you get led astray and you end up getting hit with a stray bullet. Don't get mad. See, I know what they doing to me. I know. And I get where I need to get without no advertise, without no this, no nothing. Because this awakening is too powerful. You got to simmer this down. When you keep the foundation of their lives, they will promote it. Even if you're talking against them, they're going to promote it because you're keeping our people in the box. That's not a problem. That's what they want. See, it's not about, they want you to have revelations. They don't want you to have a revolution. They want you to have revelations. They want you to sit down and believe you can fly. Instead of knowing that we might as well go to war because eventually we all die. And like I said before, I'm going to say it once, I'm going to say it again. I'm not here for the sit still doctrine. I don't want no conversation. I don't want to go over no precepts. I don't want to go over what was found. I don't want to go over none of that. If it's not information to help us advance, prep, be prepared, turn us into warriors again, I don't want it. I got a little man. I got to ensure that he continue this fight. I got a 19-year-old. I got to ensure that he continue this fight. I got daughters. I got to make sure that they continue this fight. And this fight is not going to come by, oh, hallelujah. It's not going to come like that. It's not going to come, oh, thank you, Jesus. It's not going to come like that. It's not going to come, oh, it's the day of rest. It's not going to come like that. We ain't in no position to be resting. The only people that benefit from this rest is the ones that gave you this rest conversation. Every day you're supposed to be working. There's no days off when you're fighting for your freedom. This is what religion has done to our people. Sit still, relax, rest, just be calm. Sunini got this. Sunini is wonderful. We just gonna give praise every single day and let Sunini work. Oh, my bad. Sunini Nanini. You know, the father, Sunini Nanini. We're gonna let him work. Continue thinking that. You're gonna hear the same regurgitating story every single day. You're gonna see the world go every single day. You're gonna see horrific world events. And guess where you're gonna be when it occurs? Right in the comfort of your house. When the lights go off and the plagues hit the earth, guess where you're gonna be? Right in the comfort of your house. Because you wasn't prepared, you wasn't mentally prepped, you wasn't physically prepped, you wasn't spiritually prepped, there was no preparation taking place. All you had to do was sit back and call on Sunini. Where does that ideology come from? Don't that come from the Roman Catholic Church? Leave it in God's hands, right? Maybe God never wanted it in his hands. Maybe the God that they telling you to leave it in their hands is the same God that put us in slavery, that put shackles around your neck. I mean, they did write it in Deuteronomy. It was said that they're gonna brag and do all of this to you. They did tell you that they was gonna make you serve wood and stone. They did tell you that. Oh man. I'm upset because I won't even want to call it upset. I'm more disappointed in myself because I allow these heathens to get me. I put my street ideology, the street survival, I put that to the side and try to embrace and carry on this spiritual, this being the spirit belief of Jesus, Yahweh, Yahushua, Yeshaya, and now is Mesindisi. This is what we doing. Ah, man. Right here. But that's my time, guys. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. I came to you guys live once again. Continue supporting. For those that don't know who I am him. I told you, man, the Junns, the NBIC, man. Giving all praise and glory to the heavenlies, man. We're going to put an end to all of this nonsense, the monotheism, the religion, the division, the head-on collision that got us in mental, physical, and spiritual prison. We killing all of that. And no matter what they say, no matter what they do, no matter who it is, you can't stop this, man. You will never stop this. This is the rise of the Bantus. And it won't be televised, but I was authorized to tell you guys. And if I said this once, let me say it again. I am him, Junns the NBIC. You understand? AKA Mr. Keep My Foot on you heathens, you he-grows, and the newly installed. You hear me? The newly installed heathenites next. Are you dumb? Or are you dumb? Listen to the one half of the creator say it the way it's supposed to be said. And I'ma holler at y'all. One.